Hello, I'm at Resonance Musique in Cayo Santa Maria. Come join me.
Resonance Musique is Cayo Santa Maria's newly renovated party resort. Is it worth it?
So this resort is geared towards people who want to party, essentially. You have the musique side over here, which is more lively and upbeat. You know, there's parties happening during the day and at night. You know, you have pool parties, you have beach parties, etc., etc. So it is upbeat. Now contrast that to the blue side, which is the other side of the resort, which is more calm. Now, if you book musique, you won't have access to the blue side. But on the flip side, if you book blue, then you will have access to the musique side. And also, this beach is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I need to drink some coffee because I was up late at the beach party last night, trying to get some nice footage for you. So here I am at the lobby bar over here. And, you know, it's 24 hours. You can grab your drinks, no problem. And you know what? I like the decor. I like the decor of Resonance. They're trying something different with a lot of colors. You know, colors are everywhere. This actually used to be a starfish resort back in the day. But recently, Resonance bought it and renovated it. So, you know, you got renovated rooms, you got renovated lobbies and everything. So I do like the fact that it has an old Cuban charm, but also with a fresh coat of paint on it. Anyways, let's go check out this resort. So here we have the main lobby, and here's where you check in and out of. And I'm sitting on a rocking chair, so that's fun. What I love about this lobby is that it's open, it's airy, you know, the wind just flows through it. So it's a comfortable spot to sit at during daytime as well. You know, when you feel like you need some protection from the sun, you can come here, grab a few drinks, and just relax here. There's a nice breeze flowing through here right now, so I'm appreciating that. And that's what I love about resorts like this. You know, they have their own charm. You know, they're open, they're expansive, and I love that, you know. This resort has sort of like an old soul, but with a new face as it's been renovated. And during nights, you know, this place is pretty happening. If there's not a party at the pool or the beach or wherever, then, you know, you have dancers coming in here sometimes to dance. That's what they do. Okay, let's get going. Now, one thing I will say is that they don't have the main buffet open because there aren't enough guests to justify the buffet being open. But they do have the snack bar at the end of the resort that's open 24 hours. Plus, they do have a buffet spread there, albeit a smaller buffet spread, but they do have a buffet spread during breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now let's go check out the pool. Now I genuinely love the grounds here. Since it's an older resort, the trees are aged well, so much greenery here. And you know what? The service here from the staff is so great. They're such lovely people, and it's not fake nice. You know, it's not fake nice. It's real nice. You can tell that the niceness is coming from the bottom of their hearts. So I feel really welcome here as well. You know, I feel at home as well. I've been sitting at the lobby for a while, and I asked for a drink, and then maybe like 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, they'll ask me if I'm doing okay, if I need anything more. Also, another thing I really appreciate, both at the blue and the musique side, is that they have maps everywhere, you know, so there's little chance of you getting lost. And I've gotten lost at so many resorts because the Google Maps wasn't working and there were no maps. So I appreciate the fact that they went to the length of, you know, installing all these maps everywhere throughout the resort. One thing though, I wish this resort was better lit during nighttime. If you're out and about during nighttime, don't forget to bring like your phone so that you can have the flashlight on. But otherwise, you know, it's pretty easy to get around. The footprint of this resort is pretty large as well, you know, so be prepared to walk a lot. It seems like it's pretty accessible, you know, as well. That's nice, you know, a lot of flat grounds as well. So that's nice. But one thing I will say is that the first day I came here, there seemed to be carts. But after that, after my first day, I don't really see many carts running through here. Would have been nice to have more carts, especially since I'm staying all the way on the other end of the resort at the blue side. You also have a jungle gym over here, which is fun if you're inclined to a jungle gym. And here you have a punching bag to punch away your winter blues. And here we are at the pool, and it's a large pool. It's clean, it's well maintained, and they have pool parties as well. There's like a DJ set up in the middle of the pool, which is, you know, fun. It's a good time here as well. They usually have pool parties during the day, sometimes at night. So you can check with the reception to see what their scheduling is like in terms of parties. And since it's a large pool, they have a lot of loungers as well, so you'll never have an issue finding a spot here as well.
This is the Summit Pool Bar. I really like their strawberry margaritas. When it comes to pool parties or parties in general at a resort, keep in mind that the guests are what make or break them. This resort didn't have as many guests as I would have liked, so the parties weren't as energetic as they should have been, but I'm proud of the animators for trying their best to keep things upbeat. They work really hard at this resort, plus they're just great people to hang out with. This is where you'll come for your food. It was a buffet during breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and also a 24-hour snack bar.
Tons of space here. You know, you got the 24-hour bar over here and the snack bars here as well. And they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner buffet as well over here instead of the main buffet. And again, in terms of the energy of this part of the resort here in music, as you can hear, they're always playing music, you know, the energy is lively, and the types of guests that come here as well want to party. So, you know, everybody's in a lively atmosphere. The food has been pretty underwhelming from my experience, even in terms of Cuban standards. They could do with a few more things, honestly. And the beef, I stood in line yesterday for about 25 minutes for the beef. It was extremely chewy. It wasn't even worth it to stand in line for that long for that beef. So I really hope the resort can soften up the beef before cooking it. The food here is also pretty bare bones, I would say. They do have chicken, they have fish, and they have some vegetables, you know, your typical Cuban vegetables as well. Bread as well, and pasta, pork, things like that. But obviously, Cuba being Cuba and the trade issues that they have, you might get a different offering than I am getting right now. So yeah, it totally depends. Next week it might be different. Even tomorrow it might be different than what it is today, right? You don't come to Cuba for the food, right? You come to Cuba for the good vibes, the good people, and the good beaches.
When it came to a la cartes, they had an Italian restaurant which had decent food with great music. They also had a Mexican restaurant where the food was just okay, mainly because they just didn't have enough ingredients in stock to make proper Mexican food.
Let's go to the beach. Hola, hermano.
I I really liked sitting at this beach bar when I wasn't directly on the beach. It was open and it had a great view of the water, plus the staff was really friendly.
Oh, I need some shade, honestly. Look at this beach, huh? It's beautiful. The sand is flowery, almost white. The water is turquoise, it's shallow and everything. I'm well aware of this part of Cuba because I came to Sanctuary down the road over there last year. I came to Valentin Perla Blanca all the way at the end of the strip. And this piece of beach is actually gorgeous, you know? It's absolutely gorgeous. One of the best beaches in the world, I would say. And if you love walking, you know, this is a great beach to walk in, because it's just a strip of resorts and, you know, the beach is wide and deep, so you can just walk right through, no problem at all. You see a lot of people walking here. And also, if you're a little bit curious to see how the other resorts look, then you can go check them out, you know. I'm a little sad though, because the past 4 or 5 days that I've been here, it's been kind of windy, so, you know, the water hasn't been that calm to swim in. You know, I'm just hoping that one of these days the wind dies down and I can just go into the water and just lie down on my back. But it's still a great piece of beach. It's a beautiful piece of beach, especially when it's not windy. It's a gorgeous beach.
The sunsets on this beach were absolutely magnificent, so be sure to catch one if you're here. There were also beach parties during certain nights, and again, the animators tried really hard to keep the energy going. But I really hope this resort attracts more guests so that the parties are more lively and live up to their true potential. They also had activities during afternoons at the beach, from dancing to darts to this game where you had to kick your shoes out the furthest you could. When the water was calmer, they also offered water activities such as pedal boats, kayaks, and catamarans.
So who is this resort for? This resort is for people who love to party. Seriously, that's pretty much, that's their unique selling point over here, is that, you know, they try to keep a lively atmosphere throughout the entire resort during the day and night. You know, they have music pumping throughout and everything. So yeah, it's a great resort if you love to party. One thing I have noticed is that the Musique in Veradero actually has more guests than here typically, but on the flip side, you have this gorgeous beach. I mean, the beach in Veradero is gorgeous, but this is gorgeouser, right? And this beach is like pretty much perfect. You know, you can't ask for more when it comes to a beach. So yeah, if beach is your top priority and also partying, this resort is definitely for you. In terms of the Wi-Fi has been great. It's been great, you know, in the communal areas and in the rooms as well, from what I've heard. Since I'm not staying here, I'm staying over at the Blue, but the Wi-Fi has been pretty decent. There's no Wi-Fi at the beach here, but that's okay, right? You're here to relax and get away from all the chaos online, right? So you can just log off and just enjoy your time here. Thank you very much for joining me at Resonance Musique in Cayo Santa Maria. I'll see you in the next one.
A special shout out to the animators at this resort for working so hard. They were truly some of the nicest people I've met in this country. More videos in other countries coming out soon, so be sure to subscribe.